And hello, my gutsy women finances friends. So it is a build a powerful money mindset worksheet, workday, workshop. All right, we're going to get this right. It's February 9th, 2022. And listen, this is how I like to roll. I love to have deep, heartfelt conversations in these workshops. I love to talk about your numbers, your situation, your mindset. And I know that you don't always want that information shared around the internet and shared with other people. So I often record two different sessions. One was the actual interactive live session where we have individuals like yourself contributing, and then I also film this static presentation so that you do always feel comfortable ha- participating, really disclosing the things that you need help on, and knowing that not everybody else needs to know about it. So this is a powerful money mindset session, and I know that there's a lot of baggage that comes along with our mindsets. So this is the recording of just that static presentation. Gutsy Women Finances. Okay, there's a lot of things going on here. I am in the process of uploading bits and pieces of my Financial Freedom Academy. The whole course is going to be up there. I know there's been a little bit of a question as to, well, where do I start? How do I get started in this? Gutsy Women Finances, it's packed with information. The Academy will help you walk through all of the steps that you need to build financial freedom. And then please participate in these workshops. Reach out, connect with me. Let me know how I can help you. Let me know how I can direct you to the various resources that are going to help you. Let's just have a conversation. Let's build our money together. Okay, so let's go right into a money mindset. A money mindset. What is a mindset? The attitudes, beliefs that we develop about money. The ideologies can stem from our environment, influences from family, friends, and other areas as we navigate through life. And your views can also drive decisions that you make about managing your money. So that's really it. When you think about money and that container of money, a lot of it goes back to our early backgrounds. We don't learn a lot about money, so I know a lot of us don't have the confidence in the financial area that we often have in other aspects of our life. We talk about our profession, man. We can plow forward on that. We talk about baking, our favorite thing. We're confident we can do it. Finances, a lot of us don't learn a thing about it. So we really have to, and many times, shake our mindset, shake our attitudes so that we can do better on the financial front. Now, um, generally, there are two types of mindsets, and you might have heard about this before. There's the scarcity mindset and the abundance mindset. The scarcity mindset, and I've got this desert here because it's like, everybody's fighting for that one drop of rain. It's an attitude that says there is never going to be enough. I'm not going to get my fair share. Game is all rigged. The only way to win is to make sure others lose. So it's a I win, you lose type of thing. And I'm sure you know people in your lives who have that scarcity mentality. They're generally not the most bubbly, uplifting people to hang out with. Now, on the other hand, is the abundance mindset where you think, you know what? There's plenty to go around. I can share in the wealth. If we work together, we can both benefit. So it's about collaboration and being happy for somebody else's victories. And one to me, abundance to me is about integrity and empathy and really building people up. Scarcity is about a battle. It's about putting other people down. It's about negativity. So, clearly for our own sake, we want to build an abundance mindset. And that is going to help you also. What happens with the scarcity mindset is those with the scarcity mindset are often blaming everybody else. that the boss was just an ass, that's well, this happened and this happened, there's nothing I can do about it. So the scarcity mindset, they kind of blame everybody else and everything else for their issues. The abundance, it's like, you know what, I've made some mistakes, I'm going to learn from them, I am going to move forward. So we're looking for an abundance mentality. So this is where this has always been fascinating to me. So this is also part of my live workshops. And when I ask people what they learned about money growing up, this can invoke a lot of emotions. So, a lot of us come from divorced parents and rocky childhoods, and maybe that scarcity mindset. We don't often learn a lot of positive things about money mindset. This is also so dependent on our social class. I grew up on a dairy farm, working class. I am sure that my attitudes about money were about, hard work. I got to work hard. The money might come if I work hard, but money's not the most important thing. Whereas somebody who grows up, the kids of CEOs, and they're already learning about money and leadership and managing people. So there's so much of our money mindset today that was developed as we grew up. So I want you to think about, just pause for a minute. Hey, if you can, I always keep notepads for me. Boy, these little legal pads, I fill them up all the time. And I keep little notes by me. And, if you can, get out a piece of paper, get out a pen, and just give yourself a minute to scribble down what you learned about money growing up. So pause this video, write some things down. When you're done, come on back. Okay, so I hope you did that, because some of the common money myths, these are myths that you might have heard of growing up. Maybe these are myths that your parents talked about, your grandparents talked about, but these are very common. So one of them is money can't buy happiness, right? Right? You've heard that. So you could have all the money in the world and still be sad and depressed and miserable. So money can't buy happiness. That's a common one. The other thing is evil. There's this connection between money and evil. If money is the root of all evil, that's what causes us to gets us into war. That is what causes us to treat another person poorly. That is the issues involved in crime. Money is the root of all evil. So why do you want money if it's gonna turn you into a bad person, right? The third common myth is greed. Money is going to lead to greed and selfishness. It's kind of like, I feel like this is the same as binging. I do intermittent fasting, and I've dieted most of my life, and it's like, wow, that's off limits. I can't have that. If I break that rule, all the rules are gone now, right? I'm just going to binge. So, hey, if I get money and I get 10,000 free bucks arrives, I win the lottery. I want more. I want more. I'm just going to be selfish and I want to be greedy, right? So that's another money myth. Those three things, most common: money can't buy happiness, money is the root of all evil, and money is just going to lead to greed and selfishness. So whatever you wrote down before about what you learned as a kid, ask yourself if they fit into any of those categories. Did that come up for you? So there's this concept called cognitive dissonance, and it happens all the time in our regular life. It happens related to a lot of issues, and it's sort of like, the devil and the angel on each shoulder. It happens if I should go to the gym today. No, you went 2 days ago. It's rainy, it's cold, you don't need to do that. It happens all the time. In terms of money, I'm teaching you guys how to reach financial freedom, how to build financial freedom, how to make enough money, save enough money so that one day maybe you don't have to work, or you can just say, you know what, I'm taking a year off. I'm going to travel around the world. I'm going to do my dream thing this year. So we're all about financial freedom, and it's something we love. Other side of our brain is that little nagging feeling in the background, like, you know what? But that's going to make me greedy. It's going to make me obnoxious. How much do I really want to be greedy and obnoxious? Oh, I want the financial freedom, but it's going to turn me into something I don't want, somebody I don't like. So that's what goes on. It's this battle in our brain. And for us, it's trying to, like, you know what? I really like financial freedom. Hey, little devil on my shoulder, it's not necessarily going to turn me into a different person. It could turn me into a better person. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you go through that process? Um, so one of the books that I read, I thought I wouldn't like it, and I tried not to like it even. There's some really, really good stuff in there. It just hits you down at the bone level. It's like, oh yeah, I can relate to this. You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. And the quote that I pulled out of here, one of the biggest obstacles to making a lot of money is not a lack of good ideas or opportunities or time, or that we're too slovenly or stupid. It's that we refuse to give ourselves permission to become rich. We refuse to give ourselves permission to become rich. So in a way, I really buy into this as an entrepreneur, as somebody who doesn't have. I've got a very different background, not in building businesses, not in business, not in selling, not in marketing. So I've had to, like, piece things together here, and I've got tons of products and great ideas and a little bit of time, and those are not necessarily my obstacles. My obstacles might be like, can I really do it? Can I really be rich, whatever rich means to me? Can I really make a decent income? It's those self-doubts, those questions, and it's like, what if we just believed in it? Believe in it. So this is a really good read if you're looking for something that's really going to boost your mindset, and you can just kind of give you those aha moments, because you might find yourself back of your mind saying those same things. So I'm going to talk about what do you do about it, because in Gutsy Women Finances, in Financial Freedom Academy, we can theorize all we want. We can make suggestions. We can do this. We can do that. But I'm all about giving you tools. It's up to you to figure out what tools to use. It's up to you to try these tools. So I'm going to challenge you right now to work on something called belief deconstruction. 3Ds: define, deconstruct, and decide. Define, deconstruct, and decide. Okay, so maybe there was something that you wrote down on that yellow piece of paper. When we looked at the myths, what did you write down? So the first part is defining. State your belief about money. So you're going to take one of those things that you believed about money, one of those myths, and then you're going to ask yourself, why do I believe this? Where did it come from? And then finally decide, is it true? Is it helpful? And can I rewrite it? Okay, you ready for that? I'm going to give you an example of how we do this. I'm going to take that common belief that money can't buy happiness. So when we define it, that's the belief. Money can't buy happiness. Now we're going to deconstruct it. Why do I believe this? Well, look at all the examples in the media. You've got people whose lives became miserable after they won the lottery. You have wealthy people who have committed suicide. You have uber rich people who self-destructed, really. So there are those specific examples of individuals, right? Where did the belief come from? Well, what if we've been told all this time that we should really be satisfied with what we have? And ask yourself, is that really designed to keep me in place? We've got, in the United States of America, we have the greatest amount of income inequality, wealth inequality, than at any other time in history. We have a very small percentage of the population dominating all of the resources. We have our middle class is shrinking. We've got more and more people towards the bottom. Somebody's got to be down here, right, guys? Somebody has to be down here. So if you've bought into money, money doesn't buy happiness. Isn't that a good way to just to settle? Isn't that something that society might encourage to have you believe in that? Because not everybody can go after the wealth. We don't want all these people. It's kind of that scarcity mindset, isn't it? It's a scarcity mindset of like, you know what? You can't have this. So I want you to believe that money can't buy happiness. Now, okay, is it true? Well, money can buy me things. It can buy me experiences that do make me happy. So I'm traveling in the RV, right? This is not free. And I've had to make some sacrifices and make some difficult decisions to get to this point. And I have never experienced the joy that I have out here in an RV traveling around the country. Yes, it cost me money. Yes, it did buy me experiences. What did I do with those experiences? I turned it into a life of joy. So, you know what? It's not true. It's not true. Money doesn't necessarily buy happiness, but this is where we're going to redefine it. We're going to flip it on its head, and we're going to say money supports my happiness. Money supports my happiness. It does. That is the truth. So that is the whole process of belief deconstruction. Okay. So what I would love for you to do is to attempt to do this on your own. So if you take money is the root of all evil, right? And ask yourself, do you believe this? Why do you believe this? Is it because you've been told this? Have you seen examples? Where did this belief come from? Good question. Who told you this? How did you come to believe this? Is there some reason that, again, they don't want you to pursue money because it's not in your best interest? Is it true? Is money always the root of all evil? So for instance, what if you had 10 million bucks? What if you had 10 billion bucks and you could do something amazing like make sure everybody in the world had access to clean drinking water? Wow, that'd be pretty cool, right? So it's up to you to rewrite that. Is money the root of all evil? Or can money be used to do really great things? Okay? So that's the sort of process I want you to think about. Take some time, use money as the root of all evil, or grab another one of those money myths. Grab one that you wrote, grab something that's personal to you, and deconstruct it. And by doing that, you're going to see that, you know what, these things don't further my goal of reaching financial freedom. They don't help me financially, not at all. Rewrite them, see what they look like when they're rewritten. So one of the powerful tools that we can use are affirmations. And hey, Muhammad Ali, I am the greatest. I said that even before I knew who I was. Boy, that affirmations, I am the greatest. Now, you don't have to say you're the greatest, but think about some statements that you can use and you can repeat to give you those uplifting messages. Okay? So, write down some affirmations, something that has meaning to you. Start saying those affirmations. I'm going to tell you one thing I did this year because I do a word of the year. So I've discussed this elsewhere. So every year I select a word. I've started to do this the first year when I RV'd. So my first year out was bravery. I'm going to be brave because wow, I needed to be out on my own in the RV. Second year was bold. I'm like, I'm gonna be who I am. I'm not gonna pretend I've got this, I'm somebody different now. I'm gonna start this business. I'm gonna be bold. And this year, 2022, my word is magic. And it just represents to me, like, you know what? I've been working really, really hard on my business. And like a magician, I've got this cauldron, this secret formula inside, and I've got all of these elements, these chemicals, these solutions, these things that are going to go into the cauldron and create sparks, and all this magical stuff is going to happen. That thought and just making these odd connections that are happening throughout this year, just like that's magical. That has sort of freed me up from some of those barriers that I have had in terms of my own money mindset. It's like, you know what? I have to believe that I'm on the right path. I've got the compounds. I just have to tweak it, figure out exactly how things fit together, and then magic is gonna appear. I am the creator of my magic. Okay? So I have that image in my mind when I wake up, and each day I'm looking for opportunities to create more magic. So that's something that I have done, which a little bit like an affirmation. The other piece of this is just gratitude. Gratitude helps that abundance mindset. So you begin to realize, you know what? I'm here. I've got 3 cats. They've all been outside playing. There's a beautiful sunny day. It's nap time. That makes me happy. I'm so grateful to have this experience. I am so grateful to be financially able to do this. I'm so grateful to share it with cats. I am so grateful to meet these really cool women on the road. I am so grateful to have the opportunity to sit behind my laptop on a flexible schedule coming at you to help you reach financial freedom. So that's what I want you to think about. And I want you to go beyond thinking about it and doing, get that affirmation, write down, start a gratitude journal, or maybe you're already doing one, which is fantastic. Keep up with the gratitude journal. Okay, so it is early February. I've got a second mini workshop coming up February 23rd. And again, this is 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 o'clock Pacific. And this one I want you to come prepared for. We want to talk about what your magic numbers are. We can run some calculations. And again, I'm going to be very mindful. And we don't need to disclose all of your information. So you can expect to have a separate recording just on that information alone, so that you're able to work on that alone if you like. But I hope you can join us. Think about, right before this starts, I'm going to ask you to come up with the one key figure is what your expenses are. What are your expenses? What do your expenses look like for the year? What would be your minimum expenses? Because all of our numbers are going to be driven for that. Plus, think about what you mean by a dream life. What would you love to do? In between the work world and in between that life where you don't have to work again, is there some fantastic dream that you have? And if so, what is it? And can we put a price tag to it? So join us February 23rd. Okay. I really encourage you to come on into the Gutsy Women Finances community. I know you might not be familiar with Mighty Networks. Go into the topics, go into the forums, follow, add comments, participate, ask me questions. Let's get this ball moving forward. And hey, keep posted to keep looking to see how we're doing on Financial Freedom Academy. That's going to lead you from point A to point Z. All right. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Join me February 23rd. Bye-bye.